Welcome back to week 3 of the Cartoon Football League. This is our last full week of games for a while, as week 4 teams are going to start to have bye weeks. We're kicking things off with the 0-2 Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends versus the 1-1 Ed, and Eddie. Let's go. Alright, so it looks like Foster's Home is going to get their first win of the season as Ed, and Eddie are trailing them by 14, and this game is likely over. Alright, so we've had a development. Ed just completed a deep pass, and now a free play. And it's incomplete, but offsides, and touchdown! Here we go. 32 seconds on the clock, onside kick, last ditch effort from Ed and Eddie. It's up, and it is recovered by Foster's Home, and this game is over. Foster's Home knocks off Ed and Eddie for their first win, 21-14. Alright, so that game with a tighter finish than we expected. Now we got Phineas and Ferb versus Bob's Burgers. Alright, we've got a good one here. Phineas and Ferb were down 21-0. They've rallied to come back, but not a lot of time left as they try to march down the field deep in their own territory here. From the 7-yard line, it's a 3rd and 6 with 58 seconds to go. Can Phineas lead a comeback drive? We shall see. 3rd and 6, under center, Phineas. He snaps it. Phineas under some pressure. He goes deep, and he finds his sister Candace for a big gain. That's 32 yards on the reception. They run hurry up, will not take a timeout yet, and that puts Phineas over 200 yards passing on the day. In shotgun, he sends Van Stom in motion. He doesn't snap it yet. He finally snaps it and finds his man Candace, but she's out of bounds. So that stops the clock at 36 seconds. It's 2nd and 10. 27 seconds left to play. 2 timeouts on the board. Phineas, once again in shotgun, he goes deep, and it's picked off by Darrell Revis, and this game is over. Bob's Burgers gonna win again. So Bob's Burgers will improve to 2-1. Phineas and Ferb gonna drop to 1-2. Couldn't make the comeback drive. Right, next up, we got the Backyardigans versus the Muppets. Tyrone on the Backyardigans has been absolutely unstoppable this season. Let's see if the Muppets have an answer for him. Alright, not a lot of excitement in this one. Tyrone, though, once again, over 100 yards rushing. The Backyardigans win this game 14-7. Not many highlights to show, so straight to the end screen. There you have it, 14-7 Backyardigans against the Muppets. Tyrone cannot be stopped. Next up, the Fairly Odd Parents looking for their first win. Jimmy Neutron looking to improve to 2-1. Alright, we've got another good game here. Fairly Odd Parents down 7. Timmy Turner with just 24 seconds left, trying to tie this game up. Not a lot of time on the clock. They do have 3 timeouts, as per usual. Let's see what they dial up on this drive. Clock continues to tick down. Timmy's going to run with it, and he'll only get 5, so a bit of a wasted down there as they take their first timeout. And so this is it. No timeouts, 7 seconds to go. 4th and very long from their own 34. Timmy under center. He snaps it. He is sacked again. 3 straight sacks for Jimmy Neutron, and this game is over. Jimmy Neutron had 4 touchdowns in this game. Looking for that MVP award. Next up, we got a heavy hitter matchup. Both of these teams are 2-0. One of them is going to get their first loss here. King of the Hill versus Looney Tunes. So, in a defensive battle, it looks like the Looney Tunes are going to knock off King of the Hill by 4 points. They're just going to sit on it and end this game. So there you have it. Looney Tunes improved to 3-0. King of the Hill was finally stopped. They were looking like Super Bowl contenders. Next up, we got Hey Arnold versus South Park. Hey Arnold is somehow 2-0. South Park, I believe they won last week. I think they're 1-1. Let's hop in and see how these records change. Alright, South Park is down by 4 with a lot of time to go. A whole 2 minutes to work with. Let's see if Stan Marsh can lead a comeback drive. He sends Cartman in motion. Snaps it, and it's incomplete, so it'll be 3rd down. Stan snaps it. He has a man, but it's incomplete. It's 4th down. I don't know if they're going to punt it. They probably will since they have 3 timeouts, but given how much rushing success Hey Arnold has had, I don't think this is the best idea. And South Park does decide to punt it away. There's Gerald Johansson in the backfield. He gets about 1 yard on the punt return. And it's going to be 4th down. South Park has a chance. Butters grabs it. He has a decent return, about 5 yards, but he fumbles. Butters fumbles. We will see if he was down, but this play could end the game. And it looks like South Park recovered it. They did. So Stan will come back out here with another chance. Stan on 4th and 8 from the shotgun. He snaps it. Need to convert here to keep the drive alive. He has his man Cartman. What a catch by Cartman at midfield, and this drive will stay alive. What a throw and catch by Stan and Cartman. Midfield, Stan Marsh in shotgun. He snaps it. And he finds Kenny McCormick. Although he's tackled in bounds, they do gain 14. This drive continues. They continue to go hurry up. Looks like Stan's going to spike it. He does. He goes deep. He's got Kyle Bravlowski. They're going to have to spike it quick, but he's down to the 3. And all of a sudden, this game is within reach. Kenny McCormick is behind him. It's a pass. Stan looks around. He can't complete the pass. Gonna be 3rd down. Could maybe be the last play of the game here. 10 on 3rd down. They converted a 4th down earlier on this drive. In run formation, they hand it to Kenny McCormick. No! It's play action, and it's caught! Oh, it's a touchdown! I thought he was a yard short. They say he's in, and it looks like South Park's gonna win this game. I cannot believe he was in the end zone. It looked like he was a yard short, but he extends, and it's a touchdown for South Park. I thought that was a run. If it was, Kenny would have walked into the end zone. And here we go. Final play of the game, a kickoff. Chef does do a squib. Helga Pataki picks it up, and she is stuffed. Hey Arnold gonna lose. What a comeback by South Park. Alright, so a crazy win from South Park. Now we got Scooby-Doo versus Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Scooby-Doo is 2-0. Let's see what happens here. We've got another nail-biter here. Scooby-Doo down by 6. Could win the game on this drive. He throws. Hines Ward probably gonna take a timeout here. No. They have 3 timeouts, but they have to go the length of the field. They started this drive at their 4-yard line. So 2nd and 4. And Shaggy catches it. Not going to be enough for the 1st down. They finally take a timeout. And now a big 3rd down coming up. Will Scooby's undefeated streak continue or come to an end? Scooby throws right. He's got Velma, and that's enough for a 1st down. Scooby-Doo retains possession. This drive will continue, but the clock now a factor as it trickles down to 40 seconds left. Scooby going short to Scrappy-Doo. He's taken down. They will not take their 2nd timeout yet. That's surprising. 2nd and 5. They line up quick. Oh, why do they do that? I hate the simulation. Just take a timeout as soon as the play is over. Scooby takes the snap. He has men open, but oh, it's picked off by Palomalu. And Aqua Teen Hunger Force is going to end the undefeated streak of Scooby-Doo. So there you have it. Aqua Teen Hunger Force beats Scooby-Doo 13-7. Scooby-Doo drops to 2-1. Alright, both these teams 1-1. SpongeBob taking on Rick and Morty. Alright, so SpongeBob's leading this game by 3. Rick and Morty have the ball with a lot of time left. Gonna either try to tie or win this game. Rick Sanchez in the shotgun. He snaps it. They bring a blitz. It's picked up. And he's got Jerry for a big gain up to the 41 of SpongeBob. To be quick anyway, it's a blitz by SpongeBob again. It's picked up again, and it's Jerry again. Jerry down to the 8-yard line, and Rick and Morty in good position here. SpongeBob trying to make a defensive stand as Rick and Morty march close to the end zone. Rick in shotgun again. He throws deep left, and it's caught, but he's out of bounds. And so 3rd down. All they need is a field goal to tie it. Rick in bunch formation. He looks right. He finds Marcus Colston, who makes it into the end zone. And Rick and Morty take a late lead. SpongeBob with 3 timeouts. I think this is the 3rd game in a row we're going to watch SpongeBob try to lead a comeback drive. 4th down. SpongeBob likes to look for Mr. Krabs in these situations. He snaps it. It's a corner blitz. He gets the throw off, but it's overthrown, and Rick and Morty gonna knock off SpongeBob to win 21-17. But there you have it. Rick and Morty lead the comeback 21-17. SpongeBob gonna drop to 1-2. Alright, last game in the 1 o'clock slate, we got Avatar: The Last Airbender versus BoJack Horseman. No big highlights in this one. Mr. Peanut Butter with a huge game, but BoJack Horseman knocks off the Avatar Last Airbenders 17-7. Moving into the 4 o'clock slot of games, we got Beavis and Butthead. They're 0-2 versus the Ninja Turtles 1-1 after that crazy April O'Neil kick last week. Alright, Beavis and Butthead are driving. They're down 3 with the ball in Ninja Turtles territory. Butthead drops back, he goes deep, he's got a man! Oh, it's Mr. Van Driessen with the touchdown, and Beavis and Butthead are gonna take a late lead. Leonardo and Shotgun, a lot of time left, but they do need a touchdown to win, and wide open is Rice, and Rice down the sideline, he breaks a tackle, and Rice is pushed out of bounds at the 47, or Beavis and Butthead gonna blow yet another lead. They're 0-2. It would be a heartbreaker to lose one where they finally have a lead. Ninja Turtles 50% on 3rd down today. Biggest one of the game here. He finds Splinter wide open. Splinter breaks a tackle, breaks another one, and the Ninja Turtles might win it on another comeback. Beavis and Butthead led their own comeback, but now, with so little time left, I think the Ninja Turtles have this one. Butthead from the 30-yard line need a 70-yard pass here. Lot of time to throw. And he is sacked. So one more play, but it looks like this one's over. Butthead, clock is at 0. He's sacked again, and this one is over. Alright, Smiling Friends have been, not even arguably, they have been the worst team in the league. They're taking on the Powerpuff Girls, looking for their first win. And this one is over. The Smiling Friends finally put a beating on a team. It's 24-13 as this kickoff is going to end it. Or no, Mr. Boss decides to take a knee, and now we have to wait a second, but Pim gonna take a knee. This game's over. 24-13, the Smiling Friends finally pull out a victory as Mr. Frog ends this game 24-13. Futurama versus the Rugrats. Rugrats are 0-2. Futurama's 1-1. Rugrats have had some really poor games. We'll see if they can bounce back here. Alright, so the Rugrats really not getting the result they wanted. Bender ran all over them. And their final score is Futurama 24, Rugrats 7. Rugrats never had a chance in this one. Pokemon are 0-2. Family Guy is 1-1. Pokemon should be 1-1. We're going to say it every time just to remind everybody. But here we go. Let's see if they can win their first game. So Family Guy was marching. They threw an interception after getting a safety to be in this position. Pikachu gonna end this one! Pikachu looked like he was gone. But that's gonna do it here as Family Guy can't stop the clock enough time. Family Guy is gonna lose, and Pokemon's gonna get their first win of the season. So the 2-0 Simpsons are taking on the Flintstones. Flintstones have the ball down 4. There's Homer. All he can do is watch on the sideline as Fred trying to lead a comeback drive to ruin the Simpsons' undefeated season. Down 4 in bunch formation. Fred snaps it. 2nd and 10. He goes long. He's got a man down there. It's picked off, and that's gonna do it. That is going to end the game immediately. In a low-scoring game, the Simpsons remain undefeated, 7-3, knocking off the Flintstones. Alright, last 2 games of the week. We got our primetime Sunday Night Football matchup, Regular Show versus Chowder, a rivalry matchup. Seconds to go. Regular Show has the ball near midfield. They only need a field goal to have a chance here. Rigby throws deep. Probably not going to complete it. It's incomplete. Up in shotgun. He snaps it. Looking short, it's Muscle Man with a nice play to get them close to field goal range. They'll use their first timeout. Pops lines up, and the kick is perfect. We're going to overtime. In overtime, things aren't looking too good for Team Chowder. Regular Show got the ball first, and they're marching down the field already in Chowder territory, in field goal range. Gonna do a couple more runs, it looks like. Rigby hands it off to Muscle Man, who picks up another first down. And in borderline chip shot range now for Pops. And here comes Pops from the 20. About a 30-yard field goal. It's up, and it is good. The Regular Show are going to win again after a 37-yard field goal by Pops. Last game of Week 3, we got the undefeated 2-0 Sesame Street versus the 0-2 Dora, looking for their first win. Have another down-to-the-wire matchup here. It's 3rd down. Dora is down by 1 point, in position to take a lead. But this is a big 3rd down. We'll see what happens. It's a handoff to Boots. Boots has the first down and more. Boots taken down at the 3, and now Sesame Street needs to start using their timeouts. Their handoff to Boots. It is, and Boots dives over the pile into the end zone. Let's see what they do on this 2-point conversion attempt. 2 yards out. Dora hands it off to Boots again. Why not? And they take a 7-point lead. Looking good for their chances of finally getting a win. Pat kicks it deep. There's a man back there. It's Bert. He's got room. He's got blocks. Bert breaks it to the outside. Bert has a lot of room. Good field position for Sesame Street. And 32 seconds on the clock. He looks long. He's got a man down there, and he just overthrows him. Big Bird, bunch formation again. He throws left. He's got Randy Moss for a first down, but they're going to have to take a timeout. He does not get out of bounds. From the 48, 19 seconds left on the clock. Big Bird trying to tie this thing up, but he's sacked. And we'll see if they can get one more playoff. But this clock is likely to run out before they can line up. They're going to try to spike it with only 8, 7, 6. They will get the spike off. So this is the last play of the game if they don't convert. 3rd and 17. Big Bird gonna need to take a shot. Look for Ernie or Bert down there. Also, his tight end Cookie Monster will be on the play. Great matchup on Monday Night Football. Dora trying to hold on to their first victory. Big Bird snaps it. Big Bird looking. Oh, it's a almost sack. And Dora's gonna hold on to get their first win, and Sesame Street is going to have their first loss. As always, let's take a look at some standings and stats. Jimmy Neutron leading the AFC North at 2-1. Airbenders and SpongeBob right behind them at 1-2, and then Fairly Odd Parents widely at the bottom at 0-3. In the AFC South, the Looney Tunes are the team to beat, with Scooby-Doo and the Ninja Turtles right behind them. Everybody in here having a good season so far except the Flintstones at 1-2. In the AFC East, the regular show leads after a big win over Chowder. Every other team in this division is 1-2. In the AFC West, the Simpsons the clear leader, with South Park and Futurama right behind them. Family Guy at the bottom, another good division. Moving over to the NFC, the Backyardigans seem like the team to beat right now, with Tyrone as an unstoppable force in the backfield. Sesame Street just dropped a loss to Dora, and Dora and the Muppets are at the bottom at 1-2. In the NFC South, we got 3 teams at 2-1. That's Bob's Burgers, BoJack Horseman, and Rick and Morty. Phineas and Ferb at the bottom of this division at 1-2. In the NFC East, we got King of the Hill and Aqua Teen Hunger Force tied at 2-1. Smiling Friends finally won a game. They're 1-2. And Beavis and Butthead still looking to score as they're 0-3. Finally, the NFC West. Hey Arnold leads this division at 2-1, although it's kind of bullshit. Pokemon should be leading the division. Powerpuff Girls and Pokemon are 1-2, and the Rugrats have not won a game yet at 1-3. So only 3 undefeated teams left. Those are the Looney Tunes, the Simpsons, and the Backyardigans. And then moving over to our stats, Uniqua is the lead in passer rating with a 123.8, and the leader with passing yards as well with 516. Leading touchdown passer is Jimmy Neutron, so it definitely seems like these guys are at the top of their game. Leading rusher, we already knew it was Tyrone, so Tyrone and Uniqua really leading the charge offensively. And Panini is our leading touchdown scorer as a running back. Wide receiver Boomhauer is on top with 17 receptions. Bulbasaur is our yards leader, and everyone is tied at 2 touchdown receptions. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching Week 3 of the Cartoon Football League. Tune in for Week 4 soon.